Hi, welcome to this 1 hour yoga flow class. It'll be full of twists and turns and bends and maybe a little upside downy kind of thing too. So have your yoga strap or a belt or towel handy. If you've got yoga blocks, they come in quite handy too, but you can always use a thick book or a cushion or something else just to prop yourself up on. Enjoy the class. If you enjoy the video, let me know in the comment section and maybe subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. So have your straps handy and come to lying on your mats. So starting off, your choice of lying down, either full shavasana, legs extended, or knees bent if your lower back's feeling a little bit achy. Just close your eyes and just let go. Relax the shoulders, relax the hips. You might want to just kind of rock your hips a little bit to ease out. Maybe tuck your shoulders in a little bit underneath you and just gently tuck your chin down, lengthening the back of the neck. Close your eyes for just a few breaths and let's focus on the breath coming into our yogic space. So deep inhale through the nose. Filling the lungs, exhale through the nose, relaxing down. Inhale and exhale. Deep breath in and hold 2, 3, 4 and exhale, release the breath. In 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 3, 4 and hold 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4 and hold 2, 3, 4. For this kind of breathing, sometimes it's quite good to visualize in your mind a square, a rectangle, any kind of quadrilateral, and traveling on each of the sides for each segment of the breath. So I always start in the bottom left-hand corner, but you can choose. So we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. And hold 2, 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4. And hold 2, 3, 4. On your next inhale, start to lift the arms up, fingertips up to the ceiling. As you exhale, T-shape them out wide, either side of you. Engage your Uddiyana Bandha, bringing the hands back up, fingers to the ceiling, and then lowering them long behind you. Slide your legs together, straighten the legs, point the toes away from you. Pull the toes in, point, flex, really taking a full body stretch as long as you can go. On your next inhale, bringing the arms up and over, drawing the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze and a little rock and roll from side to side, massaging your back, maybe turning the head, massaging the back of the head, and then just pausing here for a moment. Flex the feet, reach between your knees, take hold of the big toes. And then draw knees to armpit, feet to the ceiling, happy baby. And again, just rocking a little bit from side to side, massaging, excuse me, massaging your back. And then coming to a still pose, start to extend both legs. They might not go fully straight yet, but just extend them to a wide straddle. Nice straddle, wide legs, perfect. Pausing here, and then as you relax into the straddle, maybe straightening the legs a little bit more, pulling the big toe down, pushing the heel up, breathing here. And then on your next inhale, keep hold of the toes, start bringing the legs up together, still holding the toes. Now, my shoulders have lifted. If your shoulders have lifted too, just draw them down, trying to keep your legs as straight as you can, and then release the toe. T-shape your arms really nice and wide, and bend the knees, bringing knees over hips, feet level with the knees. Engage lower back, flatten the lower back into the mat, and super slowly start to lower the legs one way, but only coming to the point at which the opposite hip lifts. Once you've got to that point, pause. It's not a very deep twist. Coming back to center, and just gently the other way, but keep the hips on the floor. And coming back to center. Going to the first side, pause the minute you feel the opposite hip lift, and then extend the top leg, point the toes, point, 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 bending knee back to center, over to the other side, not dropping very far, extend the top leg, point the toes, and bend, coming back to center. Coming back over to the other side, and this time coming a bit deeper. The opposite hip lifts, but both shoulders stay down. You're going to come to a hover. Don't let the knees come down to the mat. Don't let your feet touch the floor. Breathing here. And then tightening your core, using the waist muscles back up to center and to the other side to a hover. Pushing both shoulders firmly into the mat. Beautiful. Engage your core. Pull that belly button up and in. Bring knees to center. Back to the other side. And this time, still both shoulders on the mat. Don't let the knees touch the floor. Extend the top leg, point the toes. Keep both shoulders firmly on the mat. Nice. Bend the knee back via the center to the other side. Shoulders glued to the mat as the top leg extends. Breathing here. Bending the knee back to center. We're going to do some toe taps. So again, check the knees are over the hips, feet are level with the knees. Hinging from the hips, slowly lower one leg. Keep the 90-degree bend. Tap toe, coming back up. Moving super slowly here. So you're pulling your belly button tightly up and in as the leg lowers. And we're going to do 3 or 4 on each side. Moving really slowly. Slow it down a little bit. Slow is strong. And then maybe coming to the last one on each side. Keep drawing lower back into the mat. And then we're going to pause in reverse tabletop. Start to lower the knees out wide now. Keeping the bend in the knee. Let the knees come open into a straddle pose. It's strong on the inner thigh, inner hip. So if it's too much, bring your hands on the sides, the outer sides of your thighs. Otherwise, we're staying here. Pull that belly button up and in. And then slowly bring the knees back up to center. And straighten the legs. Flex the feet. Pull the toes down. We're going to lower one leg. Doesn't matter which one, but pull the belly button up and in. Imprint lower back into the mat. And then slowly lowering one leg. Keep the foot really flexed for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going to come down to a hover. 2, 1. Push the heel away. Keep pulling that belly button up and in. Make sure your lower back is fully in contact with the mat. And then slowly lifting up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other leg. 10, 9. Squeeze the lower back into the mat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hover. Push both heels away. Reset your lower back if it's starting to lift. And then coming up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wrap your arms behind the thighs. Hug the knees into the chest. Rocking from side to side. I always find those leg raises quite strong. Give your lower back some love here. And then releasing. Bring your both hands to the left knee. Hug the left knee into the chest and extend the right leg long. Now you can come quite low or keep the leg high. See how it feels. And then changing sides. Really point the toe away as the leg extends. Opposite foot is flexed. Inhale, change. Flexing the foot that you're hugging in, pointing the opposite, and changing. Now you can stick with this version. This is a really nice movement to do for your back and for your core. But if you want to take it deeper, lift head and shoulders, draw nose to knee, and then again, changing sides, pulling the nose to knee, and bringing the leg as low as you can without any lower back discomfort. And we'll maybe do another 2 on each side. And then coming to the last 1 on each side. And then bring the knees in, release the head and shoulders, hands on the tops of the knees, and just circle, nice big circles around the hips. Really easing out any hip tension. This is also good for your lower back because when you bring the knees in, your lower back's pressing into the mat. And then pause and change direction. Circling the other way. Beautiful. And then pause. Hands behind the thighs and rocking and rolling up and down your spine a few times before coming up to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose. Hands just resting on your knees. Lengthen in the spine, draw the shoulders down. Pull that belly button up and in. And then starting to circle over the hips. Nice big circles one way. And you can kind of turn your head on your neck a little bit as you circle as well. Show your neck some love. You might hear those weird creaky clicks. Pause the next time you're forward and change direction. And pausing when you're next upright and bringing hands to heart center. Inhale, hands up, lifting up, draw the shoulders down. Turn hands so they're facing outwards, pressing like they're heavy weights coming to shoulder height. Rotate the palms upwards. Inhale, lifting up, shoulders pulling down. Turn the palms, pressing that heavy weight, coming to shoulder height. Turn the palms. Inhaling up, pulling the shoulders down. And exhale, pushing the palms away. One more time. Turn palms upwards, shoulders pull down, palms meet, turn, and coming all the way down to the mat. Inhale, shoulders forwards and up, back and down. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice big circles. And then pause, change direction, back, up, forwards and down. Articulating those shoulders. Beautiful. And then bringing your hands in front of you, starting to walk the hands forward, pausing halfway, our little rock from side to side, easing out the lower back and coming a little deeper, fingertips to the floor. Once you've gone as far as you think you can, drop chin to chest. Inhale, length into the spine. Creep the fingers forward a fraction more. Place the palms down and relax the tops of the shoulders in your forward fold. Breathing here. On your next inhale, lift the head, walk the hands backwards,
bringing palms to the mat, fingers facing forwards, uncross the legs. We're going to come to a reverse tabletop. So pushing into hands and feet, lift those hips, push into the hands, support the weight of your head on your neck. You can stay here, or you can lift one leg, point the toes away from you for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the foot, reset the hips. Mine always drop. Other leg lifts, point the toe for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring the foot down, push those hips up, just pausing here for another couple of breaths. And then lower the hips down, crossing your legs the other way, the wrong way. The way that just feels a bit weird. I don't like it this way around at all. And bringing hands back to heart center. Inhale, lift shoulders are down, turn palms, coming to shoulder height. Reverse palms, really moving slowly, pull those shoulders down. And then release hands to heart center. Keep the length in your spine as you twist, looking over one shoulder. Coming back to center, over the other shoulder. And back to center. Bringing left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Push into the sits bones as you inhale, length. And exhale, turn, twisting to look behind you. Inhale, long spine, and exhale, maybe turning, twisting a tiny bit more. Breathing here. Staying here. Try and engage your waist muscles. Squeeze those muscles around your waist and see if you can twist a tiny bit more. Just a fraction more. And release to center, coming to the other side. Straight spine, long neck on the inhale. And exhale, turning. Inhale. Exhale, just that little bit more. Now draw those waist muscles up and in, squeeze them around your middle, and maybe turning a fraction more. And breathing here. And release to center. Uncross your legs and bring them to a nice wide straddle. Give the knees a little bash. And then bring them as wide as you can without kind of leaning backwards. Bring your hands behind you and push your spine nice and upright again. Keep the length in the spine as hands come forward. And then same motion, walking forwards halfway. Pause. Length into the spine, and then arms coming a bit further as you fold. Maybe forearms to the mat, chin to chest. Breathing here. Relax the legs. Let go of the muscles in your legs. Relax the feet. And see if you can fold the tiniest bit more. On your next inhale, lift head, walking hands backwards, hands either side, fingers forwards. Bring the legs together, point the toes, and lifting up to a reverse plank for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Lowering your bottom, crossing at the ankles and rolling over your knees, or bring your feet out to the side, coming to all fours. Few rounds of cat-cow. I never miss this out because this is just so good for your back. And drop the belly, lift the tailbone, and then pushing into hands and knees, arching up, chin to chest. Releasing it down. Cow. Don't forget to lift that tailbone. Inhale, pushing up, chin to chest, straight arms. Exhale, lower to your cow. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhale, arching up, and exhale, lowering down. Walk your hands back towards your knees and bring yourself upright on your knees. Now, if your floor is a little bit hard, you can double your mat over because we're going to be on our knees for a little while. So, left knee staying on the mat, right leg extending out to the side. So check, foot, knee, hip are in alignment, and try not to lean to the left. Try and keep shoulders and hips perfectly aligned. Inhale, left arm out and up. And exhale, fold, looking underneath the arm. Pull that belly button up and in. Windmill the arms over and left hand down to the mat. Right arm coming up and over, bicep to ear. Inhale, lifting up and over, bicep to ear. And coming over, windmilling all the way down, reaching. Fire up the core to come back up. We're going to pause here for a second. Can you come a little deeper? Can you creep those fingertips further down the leg? Now bring that belly button up and in as we circle over, hand flat to the mat, bicep to ear, breathing here. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Draw belly button up and in as we lift up and swap sides. So right knee to the nice cushiony part of the mat, left leg extending, toes facing forward. You've got that 90-degree bend, knee, hip, ankle aligned, arms by the side, right arm reaching out, reaching up and over, and windmilling, hand to the floor, bicep to ear. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling up. Pause here. Can you come a little deeper into it? Can your hand slide a bit further down the leg? And then firing up the core, last time this way, coming down, fingers to the bicep, looking up. Reach that arm further, straighten the leg, feel the stretch in the left waist. And coming upright, perfect. Straightening out your mat. If you've folded it over, and just pausing here for a moment. Drop the hips to the heels, slide the hands away, extended child. Elbows are going to stay lifted, spread fingers wide as you release forehead to the mat. Now pull your shoulders back and away from the ears here. Sink the hips further down. And just breathe. If it's too much for your arms, you can lower the forearms, relaxing down a bit more. Breathe. And then on your next inhale, lift the head, walk your hands back to your knees, tuck your toes. We're going to come upright, but we're going to stay in a deep, deep fold. So pushing into the hands, bring your belly and chest to your thighs, lower the heels and fold forwards, let the head dangle. Give your head a nod, a shake, breathing here. Inhale, arms out wide and bring them together behind your back. Interlace fingers, straighten the arms, bringing them up and over behind you. Keep your knees deeply bent, belly and chest glued to the thighs. Can you straighten your arms a little bit more? Can you straighten your legs a tiny bit more, but don't let your belly or chest lift off the thighs. Breathing here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, bring them behind your calves. So your inner forearms are resting on your calves, fingertips wrapping around the back of your ankles, chin to chest. And then slowly see if you can straighten your legs the tiniest bit more. But keep belly and chest on the thighs. Give your head a little nod, a little shake. And then releasing the arms, just let them dangle. Chin to chest, we're going to roll up 1 vertebra at a time. So starting to lift belly and chest off your thighs. Keep the knees bent. Chin tightly to chest as you start to straighten. Keep that chin tucked to your chest as your legs straighten, as your spine straightens. And then lifting the head, arms reaching out and up, and drawing hands down to heart center. Beautiful. Now, I've still got my Christmas tree up. So we're going to do a Christmas tree pose because we're up and standing, also known as coconut tree. So maybe come off your mat if that feels more comfortable for you, and maybe have furniture or a wall or something nearby in case you feel wobbly. Or you can even lean against a wall or a door to support yourself here. Now, I was doing this pose the other day, and I did realize the wider you have your feet, the easier it is. So maybe bring your feet a little bit wider, and then just bring your hands into heart center. Lift your toes, spread the toes wide, and then place them down. And then start to shift weight forward and come up onto tippy toes, coming up as high as you humanly can. Much easier with the feet a bit wider. And then wrapping your fingers, interlacing them, start to bring the arms up above you, but pull the shoulders down. And then see if you can come up really high on your tippy toes. Push the palms up, breathing here. Can you, whoops-a-daisy, if you fall out of it like me, just come straight back into it. Keep pushing the palms up, 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 coming up higher on your toes. Beautiful. We're going to stay here for another 10 seconds. Can you straighten your arms a bit more? Can you lift your heels a tiny bit higher? Another 3, 2, 1. Release the arms, but don't come down on the feet yet. Just slowly bring the arms down and then release the heels. And just give everything a little bit of a shake. Oh, I appear to have frozen. There we go, I'm back again. Give everything a nice shake. And we're going to do it one more time. And we're going to hold it for a minute because that is the goal. So if you didn't like it with your feet wider, bring them closer together. We're all different. Hands to heart center. Lift the toes up first of all. Spread them wide. Rounding down. Starting to lift the heels. Interlace fingers. Push the palms away and up. And we're going to stay here for a minute. And the things you need to think about are straightening the arms as much as you humanly can. Lifting the heels up super high. Belly button pulling up and in, shoulders are down. Focus on something that's not moving. We're almost halfway there already. Keep lifting, keep lengthening. Draw your ears up and away from your shoulders. We're halfway there. Belly button up and in. Lifting up a tiny bit higher, maybe. Oops, wobbling like me. Another 20 seconds to go. Squeeze those palms up. Coming up right onto your tippy toes. We've got another 10 seconds left. Keep going, keep going. Keep focusing, keep breathing. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the arms and then release the heels. And again, just give everything a nice shake. Our last Christmas tree of the year. Let's flow. Let's come to the tops of the mat. We're going to do some rounds of sun salutations with some bends and folds and warrior poses thrown in. Blocks. If you've got your yoga blocks, I heartily recommend you put them either side of your mat up near the top of the mat. If you haven't got blocks, use thick books or cushions or something. And then coming to standing, big toes touching, heels apart, arms reaching down, neck is long. Kneecaps are drawing up, fronts of the thighs squeezing up and in. We'll go slowly the first round as you slowly lift the arms. Slowly looking up as palms meet. Flip the palms and slowly, slowly with soft knees. Swan dive, hands either side of the feet. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step the right foot back and pause here. Try and get your hands flat. If they won't go flat to the mat, you can use your blocks. But otherwise, hands flat to the mat. Push that right heel away from you, breathing here. And then on your next inhale, step the left foot back to meet the right. Lower the knees, chest and chin to the mat. Sliding to your baby cobra. Tuck toes, push to knees, and we're in our first down dog of the day. So let's give it a pedal, pushing one heel and then the other to the mat. Stretching out your hamstrings, your calf muscles. And then coming to your still down dog. Weight stays on the left foot, right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Now, lower the left heel a bit more, push into the hands. Looking forward, bend the right knee, step, or move the foot between your hands. Hands flat, left leg long, push the heel away, breathing here. On your next inhale, bring the left foot to meet the right in a deep forward fold. Super slowly reversing that swan dive. Reaching arms out, reaching arms up, belly button pulling up and in, and hands coming to heart center. Inhaling out and up, maybe a back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Hands either side of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back and pause. Left hand under left shoulder, right arm lifting up to a twist. Breathing here. Can you reach your arm higher? Can you spread the fingers wider? Breathe. And then right hand to the mat, stepping back, taking your plank. Lower the knees, chest and chin. Slide to your baby cobra. Push your knees, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high. And you can see my right heel is lifted. Yours probably has too. So lower the right heel as left leg lifts. Looking forward, sweep or step the foot between your hands. And left arm lifts as you twist the other way. Breathing here. And left hand to the mat. Step forward to your fold. Uttanasana. Nose towards knees. Inhale, reverse that swan dive slowly. Reaching the arms really long, spreading the fingers as palms meet. And hands to heart center. Inhale out and up. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. You can step back or bend the knees, hands in front of the feet, and jump back, taking your plank. We're going to pause in plank. Walk toes in, push the heels away. Check your hands are shoulder width and hands are under shoulders. Staying here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Slowly coming down, inhaling cobra or up dog. And then over the knees or over the toes to your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift that left leg up high. Looking forward, sweep or step it between the hands. Now, this is where your blocks might come in handy. So have them either side and your hands can be resting on them. Or you could have them on a higher height if you like. But whichever option you're taking, make sure the back leg is as straight as you can get it. Breathing here. Now, using the blocks or on your hands, walk the blocks back a little bit and start to straighten that front knee. Right heel is lifted, pyramid pose, straight legs. And then maybe bending the elbows, leaning forward, nose to knee to nose, breathing here and working on straightening those legs. Pull the left hip back slightly. That's nice. Breathing. And then on your inhale, bend the knee, walk the blocks forward, bring your hands either side of left foot and step back, take a plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga as we lower. Inhaling cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Sorry, wrong leg. No, that is right. Right leg lifting up, three-legged dog. Looking forward, sweep or move the foot between your hands. I'm getting my sides jumbled. And then you can use the blocks or hands on the mat. See how it feels. Get that back leg as straight as you can. And then either with the blocks or hands on mat, straighten that right leg completely. Draw the right hip back. And then maybe draping yourself over the thigh, nose heading towards the knee. But most important is having your legs straight. Pull that right hip back a bit. Nice. And then bending the knee, walking hands forward, step back, take a plank. Drop the knees, knees together, feet together. Drop the hips to your heels, bring your arms behind you, palms facing upwards, forehead to the mat, and relax down in your child pose. Breathing here. Hi, Becky and Joe. You disappeared for a bit. Just come down to a child pose and join us here. Relax the shoulders. On your next inhale, lift your head, reach your arms long, spread fingers wide, tuck toes, and we're back in our downward facing dog. Right foot stays down, left leg lifts up high, lower the right heel. Looking forward, step or move the foot between your hands and take hold of one of the blocks and put it on the inside of your left foot, because we're going to be coming to twists that you might want the extra length or maybe not. See how it feels. So again, start to straighten the left leg. The right heel is lifted, and then start to twist, left arm lifting, twisting up, looking up. Keep trying to extend that left leg, both legs as straight as you can get them. Use the block if that helps you. And then slowly bring the left arm down. Bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot. And here a block is really helpful. So put your hand on your block, straighten both legs, and right arm is going to lift up. Lifting up, twisting up. Breathing here. Have the block on a higher setting if that's going to help a little bit more. Nice. And then slowly release yourself down. Move the block out of the way. Step back and take your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, cobra, or up dog. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Right leg lifting up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, sweep, or move the foot between your hands. Keep the left heel lifted. Bring the block inside your feet. Hand to the block as left, legs straight, first of all, sorry. And then starting to lift that left arm. Twisting, looking up, and then easing both legs into a really nice extended straight leg pose. Breathing here. And then slowly bringing the hand down. Swap hands on the block. Rotating. Right arm lifting up, legs as straight as you can humanly get them. Beautiful. And then slowly bringing hands either side of the foot, step back and take your plank. Lower the left knee, left foot behind you, right arm lifting up to a side plank. And then slowly lower the arm, bicep to right ear. Lift that right leg up, flex the foot. We're staying here for 10. Keep reaching the arm, pushing the heel away. Straight line from your fingertips down to the heel. 3, 2, 1, and release. Coming back to your plank. Right knee lowers, right foot behind. Left arm lifting up to start. And then fingertips going over your head, bicep to ear. And left leg lifts up. Push the heel away. We're staying here for 10. 3, 2, 1, and release back to your plank. Lower the knees, mat width, big toes touch. Wide-legged child, just for a bit of release on your wrists. Breathing here. Sink the hips. Give your wrists a little wiggle, a little twist. Whatever's going to make your wrists feel good. Breathe. On your next inhale, reach the arms long, elbows lifted. Lifting the head, looking towards your hands, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat to a deep fold, maybe with straight legs. Inhale, reversing that swan dive. Arms reaching up and hands to heart center. Inhaling out and up, maybe a little back bend. And exhale, swan dive, hands either side of feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back. Nice big step. Lower the heel. And we're lifting up for our warrior one. I'll angle myself around a little bit. So thinking about your train tracks, hips and shoulders facing forwards. Nice wide stride. And then bend and straighten the front knee and adjust your stride as much as you need so you can come to that delicious, deep, almost 90-degree bend in the knee. Hips and shoulders forwards as arms reach out, reaching up like you're holding a gigantic goblet of champagne. Shoulders down and away from the ears, sinking lower all the time. Can you straighten your back leg a bit more? Can you pull the right hip forward and the left hip back a little bit? Can you sink your center of gravity a little bit deeper? And breathe here. Then releasing the arms, interlacing them behind you. Squeeze those shoulders together as we hinge forwards. Humble warrior. Left shoulder inside left knee. Arms coming up and over. Beautiful. Releasing the hands. Right hand inside left foot. Lift right heel and left arm lifts to a twist. Breathing here. Reach the arm up, spread the fingers wide. And then bring your left hand inside the left foot and walk your hands around, pivoting on your feet till your hands come either side of the right foot. Lift the left heel. Coming upright, and we're in warrior one on the other side. So check the back foot, toes are angled in, nice straight left leg, hips and shoulders facing forwards. Twist those hips forward, thinking about your train tracks, bending and straightening, and sinking down into your lovely warrior one on the other side. Arms reaching out, reaching up, lifting up. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Keep working on pulling the right hip back and the left hip forward. Straightening your whole torso forwards. And then release your hands behind you, interlace fingers, squeeze shoulders together, and then folding forwards. Right shoulder inside right knee as arms lift up. Maybe give your head a little nod and a shake here if that feels nice. Breathe, straighten those arms, lift them a little bit further. And then releasing hands, left hand inside right foot, lift left heel, twisting up to the right. Breathing here. Reach the hand up, spread the fingers wider. And then right hand outside right foot, step back and take your plank. We're going to pause here. Walk toes in, push heels away for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, flatten the feet, and just come up to sit on the backs of your heels. We're going to do a little inversion, bunny rabbit, folding the mat over a little bit. You want a nice bit of padding for your head because it is, my floor is definitely quite hard. And then thinking about your triangles. So hands, shoulder width, kind of a triangle with your knees. And then hinging forwards, you'll feel it strong on your wrists. The crown of the head comes to the mat. Clamp your biceps to the sides of your chest. You want your arms to make that capital L, tuck toes, lifting up. You can stay here. Or if you want to come deeper, walk the toes in. And then full pose, knees up on the tops of your elbows, your upper arms. And then waggle those bunny ears to me. And pausing here, we're staying here for 20 seconds. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently, slowly bring your toes to the mat. Lower the knees. Take a moment in child pose. Bring your arms behind you and just relax the shoulders. Breathing here. And then lifting your head. Keep your mat folded because we're going to do another pose. I don't think we've done this very often, but it is like rabbit, a kind of precursor to a headstand. So again, you're going to come up on your knees and you're going to bring the crown of your head to the mat and then just keep your hands shoulder width, lift the toes, the feet, the knees, I'm sorry, and then
find that comfortable spot where you think this feels okay. And then bring your hands either side of your head. Breathing here and just see how that feels. And then maybe walk. Oh, I've got a mouthful of jumper. Walk your toes in a little bit closer. See how it feels being like this. And then maybe walk the feet in a little bit further still. And just breathe here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Walk the feet away. Lower your knees and just, again, a moment in child pose so you don't get dizzy when you come back upright. And then lifting your head up, straighten out your mat, and we're coming down to a seated pose. So we're going to work through a sequence here on both sides. Your strap will come in handy here, I promise. And just bring your legs out long in front of you. Give them a nice little waggle. And then putting the strap around the ball of your feet. And then just get yourself nice and upright. And then pulling yourself forward, keeping your spine long, come halfway. Pause. A little waggle from side to side. And then maybe wrap the straps around your hands and pull yourself a little bit further forward. Keep the back as straight as you can. Maybe your belly is kind of on the top of your thighs now. Inhale that length again. Pull tightly on the strap and just drape yourself over your thighs. Coming down as low as you can, but keep the pressure on the strap. Keep using the strap to get length into your spine. And then exhale, folding just a little bit deeper. Breathing here. On your next inhale, lift your head, bringing yourself upright. Pop the strap to one side. Right hand takes left big toe. As you inhale, lifting the leg, left arm behind you to a twist. And just breathe here. Keep pulling on the big toe. Push the heel away. Reach the arm behind you. Breathe. And then slowly bend the knee. Knee to the crook of the elbow, foot to opposite elbow crook. And let's give that baby a nice little rock here. Easing it out. And then bring the foot to the inner thigh. Let the knee just drop out. If it's uncomfortable, just pop a block under your knee. Otherwise, start reaching down with your hand for your shin, ankle, or maybe the toe. If you want to use a strap here, also very good with a strap. But if you can reach the big toe, do. Draw the left arm back, looking back towards the hand. Starting to fold, bring the right elbow down to the leg. Bring the left arm up and over, taking a deep side bend. And relax into this. We're staying here for 10 seconds. Draw the left shoulder back, like you're trying to push both shoulders against a wall behind you. Another 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale yourself up. Right hand goes behind you. Right arm sweeping up and coming to a modified wild thing. Lift the hips. Arch the back, looking behind you. Breathe here. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly, slowly, slowly release yourself down. Extend the legs, strap around the feet again. And same thing, we're going to pull on the strap and get the spine nice and long. Really pull the ball of the feet towards you. Spine really long as you hinge from the hips, so the back is not rounding. Pause. A little rock from side to side. Wrap the straps around your hands. Pull yourself really long. And then lowering belly, chest, nose down to the legs. Breathe. And then on your next inhale, release yourself up, put the strap to one side, Left hand takes right big toe. Lifting up, twisting, looking over that right shoulder. Push the heel away, pull the big toe towards you. Spread the fingers of the right hand, looking round behind you. Squeeze that shoulder behind you, maybe, breathing here. And then slowly bending the knee, knee to right inner elbow, foot into your left elbow, crook of the elbow, and let's give that leg a really nice rock. So you're pulling the knee up towards your chest. Perfect. And release, bringing the foot to the inner thigh, left hand reaching for the big toe. So draw the right shoulder open, right arm behind you, look towards that arm, and then slowly coming up and over, bicep to ear, bend the left arm, coming down to a deep side bend. And we're going to stay here for 10. Keep breathing. Relax the tops of the shoulders for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, right hand behind you, left arm sweeping up and open. Push into the knee, arching the back. And pausing here. Keep trying to look behind you. Another 3, 2, 1, and release it down. Beautiful. Resetting back, right foot staying against the right inner thigh. Really nice. Now, again, any discomfort in the knee, just pop a block underneath it. And then draw your torso to face that left foot. Draw the toes in. Inhaling out and up. And exhale, reaching for the foot or the shin or the ankle. Pull yourself nice and long. We always want as straight a back as possible. And then exhale, folding forwards, hinging from the hips. You're not bending in the lower back. Breathe. And on your next inhale, lift the head, walk the hands up, coming up to upright seated. Bring the right sole of the foot flat and then pull the heel in towards you. Wrap the arm around the right arm around it and really pull yourself forward. So you want the inner side of the knee on the outer side of your chest here. Really nice. And then hold on with the left hand, remembering roughly a fist length width between the foot and the opposite thigh. And then bring the back of your right arm on the inside. As you lean forwards, like I'm pulling your hand, keep pushing that leg back. Now turn the palm so the thumb is down, and then bring it out, and then bend the elbow, hand coming behind the thigh, left arm reaching out and taking hold of hands. If your hands aren't reaching, you can always grab your strap and hold onto the strap. And then just start to lower your chin to chest, breathing here. On your next inhale, lift your head, release the hands, and extend that leg nice and long. Give the knees a little bit of a release. And then left foot to right inner thigh. Hips and shoulders facing over the right foot. Pull the toes in. Inhaling long and exhale, fold, grabbing hold of wherever you can. Draw your spine nice and long on the inhale and exhale, folding down, breathing here. On your next inhale, lifting up, bringing yourself upright. Draw the left shin and foot in as close as you can. Really squeeze it in tightly and make sure your chest is on the inside of that leg. Left arm coming on the inside. Push the foot towards you and reach the arm long, thumb is up. Turn the hand, thumb is down. And you really want to pull your shoulder right out to where the knee is, then reaching behind you, bending the arm, right arm out and long, and find your fingers. And then drop chin to chest, releasing down a little bit. See how it feels here. And then releasing the bind, bringing yourself upright, extend the leg. And again, just give everything a nice little waggle. And then hands either side, fingers point forwards. Point your toes away from you. Leaning back, first of all, get the back nice and straight. You can stay there. Or you can lift the hips, coming to your reverse plank, looking straight up at the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hips. Bend the knees. Take hold of the feet and let's just flutter, stretching those butterfly wings, easing out the inner thigh. See how it feels. Should feel quite nice. And then we're going to come, make sure you're halfway down your mat. Knees are bent, hands behind the thighs. Shoulders come up, back and down as we lift up. Point the toes away from you. You can stay here or release the arms, looking up. Straighten those arms, pull the shoulders down. Staying here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the thighs, bring the feet down. And then slowly, slowly with control, just lower yourself to your mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. And a little rock from side to side. Massaging your back. And then bring the right foot to the mat. Place the left foot on top of the thigh. So it's sitting on top of the thigh, toes by the knee. T-shape your arms and just let both legs go all the way to the left. Twisting down here. Stretching out the right side body. Relax the shoulders. Close your eyes. Breathe. And on your next inhale, pull belly button up and in. Legs come to center and let them go the other way. Turning head in opposite direction. This is really nice for your lower back. Breathe. Fire up that core, bring yourself up and swap legs. So right foot on top of the left thigh. Slowly lower both legs to the right, turn head to the left. Nice little waist stretch, little twist here. This should feel good on all up the left side of your body, waist, rib cage, maybe the hips. And then pull belly button up and in as legs lift, and then lower them all the way to the left, taking a full body twist, which should be so nice for your lower back. Close your eyes, relax. On your next inhale, coming up, bring your feet to the mat and slide the legs away from you for your final Shavasana. Arms by your sides, palms facing upwards. Close your eyes and just relax. Think about your breath. Deep, slow, even breaths. Relax those shoulders. And then taking a really deep breath in. As you exhale, start moving fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, sliding the legs together. Inhale, arms up long overhead. Take a full body stretch, point the toes away, reach the arms really long. And then drawing the knees up and in, giving them a little hug, a squeeze, rolling to one side and pressing yourselves up to a comfortable cross-legged seat pose. Bringing the hands onto the knees, close your eyes for just a moment. Draw that belly button up and in, shoulders are down. Deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Make some noise. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. On your next inhale, reaching the arms out, reaching them up, and hands to the third eye, to heart center, and namaste. Thank you for joining me.